There is just a little over 1 week left to enjoy the summer holidays. That also means there's very little time left to get prepared for the new school year. Now we know you've been in back to school mode for a little while, as have we here at the JIS. And that continues today with some timely reminders and tips for parents, students and teachers. I'm Audrey Williams, and today's magazine is firmly in the school zone. Our sole focus, making sure you're prepared for the next exciting year of learning. Don't move.
Householders, business people, school administrators, protect yourself and your children from the chikungunya virus. Be on the alert. Help control the mosquito population. Chikungunya is a virus transmitted by the Aedes aegypti mosquito, which breeds in and around your home, workplace and school. Destroy breeding sites. Empty old tires and all other containers where water can settle. Bore holes in old cans. Cover water drums and garbage cans. Wash flower pots and vases and clean pet dishes regularly. Protect yourself from mosquito bites. Cover your body as much as possible and use mosquito repellent containing DEET. And if you're experiencing symptoms of chikungunya, a sudden high fever, headache, rash, nausea, pain, stiffness or severe joint pains, see your doctor or go to the nearest health center.
Do you know the social group that influences your child?
That comes up in a few minutes, but not before we find out what's in the news today. Good day, I'm Andrea Chisholm and this is your JIS News for Thursday, August 21. The Planning Institute of Jamaica, PIOJ, has released data showing that the Jamaican economy continues to grow.
Real gross domestic product in the Jamaican economy grew by an estimated 1.2% in the April to June 2014 quarter, compared with the corresponding quarter of 2013.
The positive economic results were driven mainly by growth in agriculture, forestry and fisheries, and the hotel and restaurants industries. In the goods-producing industry, agriculture increased by 12.5% and the construction by 1%, which outweighed declines of 0.6% in mining and quarrying and 0.3% in manufacturing. In the services industries, hotel and restaurants, transport, storage and communication, and wholesale and retail trade were the strongest performers. The PIOJ says the output for the April to June period reflected the impact of improved weather conditions as well as initiatives aimed at increasing productivity, such as the agri-parks and strategic implementation of projects in road and hotel construction, as well as increased demands in industries such as tourism. Meanwhile, the PIOJ says the economic outlook for Jamaica over the short to medium term is strong.
This is based on the continued strengthening of productive activities in most industries, as indicated by data available for July 2014.
The PIOJ Director General says GDP for the July to September quarter is expected to grow in the range of 0 to 1%. He says market confidence is also projected to strengthen following the completion of the 5th IMF quarterly review and greater stability in the macroeconomic environment. The tourism product development company TPDCO is spearheading several projects geared towards the transformation and redevelopment of some of the island's resort areas and attractions. While addressing a recent JIS think tank session, Executive Director of the TPDCO, Dennis Hickey, said the projects would enhance the country's tourism product and visitor experience. The resort town of Ocho Rios, for example, is now undergoing major transformation through the phased implementation of an enhancement project.
If you go into Ocho Rios, you will see where the pier road, the road leading from the port, is now being transformed into a major promenade which allows pedestrian traffic in an atmosphere of the best experience you can imagine.
In Falmouth, the TPDCO is actively working with the Urban Development Corporation and the Port Authority to undertake major work at the port, including infrastructure and facade development. Other transformational work will be done along the Savlamar to Negril Roadway, while attractions such as the Milk River Bath in Clarendon, Bath Fountain in St. Thomas, and Devon House in Kingston will also undergo upgrading works. The Ministry of Health has confirmed 7 additional cases of chikungunya. Director of Emergency Disaster Management and Special Services Dr. Marion Bullock-Decas says the positive results were received on Wednesday from samples sent to the Caribbean Public Health Agency. This brings the total number of confirmed cases for Jamaica to 17, 14 from local transmission, 2 imported, and 1 that's still under investigation because of the individual's travel history. The affected parishes remain St. Thomas, St. Catherine, St. Anne, and Kingston and St. Andrew. The public is again urged to help prevent the spread of chikungunya by searching for and destroying mosquito breeding sites. And finally, persons that use the Ministry of Labour and Social Security's Electronic Labour Exchange Division can now enjoy improved services. The ELE's offices were recently renovated and fully equipped with modern equipment at a cost of $8 million in funding from the Inter-American Development Bank. The division forms the core of the Ministry's Labour Market Information System, LMIS, and provides data on labour trends as well as information to help persons market themselves for employment.
The LMIS device, when properly utilized, will function as a one-stop portal for providing linkages between job seekers and employers.
The services offered are free of cost to the users and can be accessed on the internet, telephone, or by visiting any of the Ministry's offices island-wide. And that's it for JIS News Today. Amanda Chisholm, thank you for watching.
No, son. A verb is an action word.
Parents need to become more involved in their children's education.
Parents are the first and in many cases the most important teachers.
Read with your children. Review their schoolwork. Visit their school.
Tapping and rapping and slapping, I said.
Nice! High five!
Woo! A good education will never decay.
What about the children? To ignore is so easy.
Surely, parents must lead in the care, protection, and development of their children. They must take responsibility for their children.
So what about the children? Remember when we were children?
Today, it would seem as if the responsibility of our parents to properly raise our children has been shifted to the schools, youth clubs, churches, and the state. We must all understand and accept that as parents, we are duty-bound to mold and train our children in the way they should grow. As parents, we must ensure that our children receive, at the very least, training in the social graces, building and maintaining interpersonal relationships, carrying out the household chores, showing regard for authority, taking responsibility for their actions, conflict resolution skills, just to name a few. Last time you attended a PTA meeting, do you know the social group that influences your child? How often do you spend quality time with your children? When was the last time you had family devotion? Who inspires your child? Who is your child role model? It is our duty, our job, our assignment, our responsibility to show Jamaica's children how much we care by taking seriously our responsibilities to mold, shape, and create a future generation who will be an asset to Jamaica, land we love.
Loved us, and who cared enough to show us where would we be today.
So, that was kind of a broad look at how parents need to take responsibility for their children's development. But as we're in a back-to-school mind frame today, let's zero in on one specific area.
As children head back to school, there are many things parents will need to do to properly equip them for the next year of learning. But it's not just about the uniform, books, and school fees. Keeping them safe and teaching them to navigate potential dangers is one of the more important jobs you have as parents. So, we've compiled a few tips particularly for the youngest learners heading back to school. Does your child know his or her name? If the answer is no, and he or she is among those starting the new school year, it's extremely important that you teach him or her their full name. Children remember songs, so you could make it into a song or teach it as a nursery rhyme that they will remember.
What's your name? Hello, hello, what's your name? My name's Gray.
It's also crucial that the child be taught his or her parents' full names. And don't forget to teach them their full address, as well as landmarks on the way to their homes and schools that are easily identifiable. Teach the child the road code, how to cross the street using the pedestrian crossing, how to walk carefully and not run across the road, the importance of facing oncoming traffic, and not to play in the road. If not yourself, identify a specific person or persons to pick up your child from school and establish a pattern of calling to report any changes in the arrangements. Introduce these persons to the classroom teacher. Emergency information should be written inside the child's bag and in certain books. Teach your child from the earliest age not to be fearful, but to be aware of their environment and to manage their own safety. Instruct them that if they see something suspicious on the playground, they are to go to a teacher, another adult, or scream or shout to get some attention. Teach them also not to take rides from strangers, even if the person claims to have been sent by their parents. We encourage you to adopt these few safety rules and add others as you see fit. Do all you can to make this next school year a productive and safe one.
You're watching Jamaica Magazine.
Most conversations about back-to-school readiness seem to be focused on things children and their parents need to be doing. And we agree with that. But there is another really vital group that cannot be overlooked. Teachers. We've got you covered.
Sound! 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 Let's try to put those together. Again? What's that word? Pops. Pops. Call that word. Pops. Call the word. Pops. This word says pops. All right.
Pretty soon, those kinds of scenes will be playing out in classrooms right across the island. But getting there takes a lot of pre-planning. And we know that for some teachers, this can be an exciting time, while others are anticipating the stress of the first day of class. So we have a few tips to help you start the school year right.
First and foremost, I have a passion. I love to help people, I love to help students. And
One of my major success is getting a child who don't even know letter sounds. And at the end of a year or at the end of even 6 months, that child can read even a paragraph, and that is satisfying for me.
Most teachers will tell you that's their end goal. Not specifically the point of helping a child read, just generally making a difference. Taking a child from one stage of development to another.
You have to be committed, you have to be patient.
And you have to be prepared. So before that school bell rings for the first time, it's a good idea to reflect on the past. Experience is the ultimate learning tool. First-year teachers, you'll only have limited experience as a student teacher, but work with it and consult with those who've been practicing longer.
We have consultations where teachers meet and we talk about the program, how it is going, what we're doing, what areas we're covering with the children.
Veteran teachers, you have much to call on, so use it. Think of all the things that went right and wrong in the past, decide what to repeat and assess what needs tweaking.
So it's a step-by-step process.
And one important step is to begin as you mean to go on. This is an attitude thing. On that very first day and for the next few weeks, it's important to set the tone for the rest of the year. So go ahead and greet every student at the door as they come in. A simple wave or smile will do, and the reward is a more relaxed and comfortable environment for everyone. Experts also suggest that you make small talk with some of the students. Walk around and learn what they did over the summer and create an environment where friendly conversation is the norm for the very first day. Be sure to introduce yourself. Tell them not just your name, but also your expectations for them and what they can expect from you. Having a successful new school year will as much be dependent on your relationship with parents as with your students. Parents can be your biggest ally or your biggest enemy, so get them on your side. More important, make them a part of the strategy to help their children learn. Try to contact each parent personally by setting up parent meetings, calling them on the phone, emailing them, or inviting them to see you at school. Feel free to use these few tips to start the school year on a positive footing. Create a learning environment that is comfortable for yourself, your students, and their parents. And remember to enjoy the experience.
Some water with you, please.
Water gone. But me need water for cook. So how me go wash?
Let's weather the drought. Start conservation measures today. Check for leaks around your house. Opt for shorter showers over long baths. Reuse water to water plants and lawn. Watch the amount of water you and your family use. Try cooking methods that don't require much water. And if you have a vehicle, avoid washing it regularly. Remember, water is as important as the air we breathe. So conserve our water, conserve our life.
The JIS is embarking on a book exchange program to assist your back-to-school preparations. Donate, exchange, or share textbooks that you no longer need. Whether they are new or used, for infant, primary, high, or even university students, exchange or share your books. Pass them on to those that need them. Drop them off at JIS's head office on 58A Halfway Tree Road or the Montego Bay office on the second floor NHT building, 42B2C Union Street. You may also visit our Facebook page, send submissions to book exchange at jis.gov.jm or contact the Public Relations and Marketing Department at 926359025. Join the mission and be a part of the JIS Book Exchange Initiative.
If you're a regular Jamaica Magazine viewer, you've often heard about how children can make the transition from basic to primary and from primary to high school seamlessly. What about those going for higher education? The tertiary experience represents a big change for young people. So we've enlisted some friends to help you prep for the university experience. That's next.
Someone please save us college kids. What my parents told me is what I did.
students going off to colleges and universities in the upcoming school year, you're probably excited, scared, or having mixed feelings. You'll be greeted with an entirely new campus, an entirely new set of faces, and an entirely new set of courses.
You know, the move from high school to university can be a culture shock. It's a new environment, new friends, it's just new everything.
My fears about college will I'll be sidetracked.
College it has different persons here from different backgrounds, so you really don't know what to expect or who you're speaking to.
I can guarantee you'll be entering an entirely new world. But don't be dismayed. I've carefully prepared 8 useful tips just for you so that your journey through university is as easy as ABC. Tip number 1, attend orientation. So you're in, accepted to the tertiary school of your choice. Next step, head to classes, right? Not so fast. Before hitting the books, there is one important step all first-year students should take.
It's best for you to come orientation. You are given opportunity to go across the campus, to visit the library, to visit the different food areas, to know where your faculty is, where you find the classrooms. So when you come on the first day of school, you will not be lost like I was.
Tip number 2, dress simply. Some tertiary institutions, such as teachers' colleges, may ask you to wear uniforms to school, but for most universities, there is no stipulated dress code. That, however, does not mean anything goes.
Oh, it's very important to dress simply. Heels would not be a good idea if you need to get from point A to point B and cover large distances. Jewelry, should be simple and to a minimum, because you also don't want to attract thieves to your person. And you also want to be cool and comfortable as you walk through the campus.
Tip number 3, form positive student-lecturer relations. When you get to this level, the training wheels come off, so to speak.
Lecturers know they don't teach you as, 1 + 1 is 2. Sometimes they give it to you as it is, and it is your job to go and find out more about the given area.
That means that knowledge will not be spoon-fed to you, and the lecturers won't be spending endless hours ensuring you're getting the most out of your university experience. That's your job. Each lecturer is likely to have office hours where you can have one-on-one discussion to clarify any issues you may have about the course. Additionally, some lecturers give students their contact information so they can consult with them outside of the office hours if necessary. Tip number 4, study, study, study. At college, it's imperative that you not only study, but study early and avoid overnight cramming before exams. You should always take detailed notes during lectures and tutorials so that you can read them over daily.
It's very important to study because at the end of the semester you have your end of year exams, which is really important.
It might be helpful to form productive study groups with peers and to find a suitable place on campus away from all the noise and distraction to study alone. Tip number 5, eat right. Living the university life can result in all sorts of unhealthy eating habits. Unavoidably tempted to by the many offerings of fast food meals and no adult supervision to keep you on track, your nutrition is solely your responsibility. Try to regularly cook healthy meals and consume as much vegetables and fruits as possible for a balanced diet. Tip number 6, practice safety measures. As the school year progresses, you may eventually have late-night classes and studying on campus.
Ensure you have a friend with you. That's one main thing, and ensure that persons know where you're going to study or when you're coming from class late, stuff like that. So keep a friend informed about your whereabouts at night.
Tip number 7, manage your time well.
Too often we see students get carried away at college. They want to attend every party and social event on campus and even those off campus. Some get so involved in clubs and societies that they don't have enough time to sleep, do laundry, study, visit home, do assignments, or even eat properly.
The balance is to be found in making sure that you attend classes, review your material, the academic material, and you set aside some time as well to enjoy those other co-curricular activities that will give you the roundedness that we desire in all our students.
Tip number 8, know thyself. Finally, going to college means that many of you will be off on your own for the first time, making your own decisions and setting your own agendas. But try to keep in mind the good morals and values that you learned from parents and relatives and remain true to yourself.
When you come to university or to college or wherever you go, I would tell them, just be yourself, be who you are. Don't try to change for the world, for anybody.
So there you go, guys. 8 important tips to keep in mind as you go off to college. Follow them and I'm sure they'll make your journey a lot better. All the best.
Got to be true to myself. Got to be true to myself.
Life is all about making decisions, choosing from a number of options to do a particular thing, which may result in a specific outcome.
It can be difficult, but there are 4 things you can do to help make that decision.
Stop. Check out what's happening and remind yourself to think before acting.
Think. Make sure you're aware of the choices, all the advantages and disadvantages. Then think about the consequences.
Act. Choose the best option and do something about it.
Review.
Finally, review what you have done and determine if it was good or bad. That way, you'll be in a better position to make the next decision, whether big or simple.
Unfortunately, this drought has again highlighted some dangerous agricultural practices, such as burning to clear the land. These fires get out of control and have been detrimental to farms, livestock, and regrettably result in loss of lives. I want to urge our farmers to stop this practice of lighting fires to clear land. It is just not worth it.
Unfortunately, is where we part ways today. It's been a pleasure. If you want to talk to us about anything in the program and you've got access to the internet, connect with us through our Twitter, Facebook, and email accounts. We're also streaming on YouTube and our very own website at jis.gov.jm. I'm Audrey Williams. Enjoy what's left of the summer and enjoy the new school year when it starts.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.